Hey everyone, this is Michael, aka Epsilon minus an MTGO, and after a week hiatus, we fired a classic daily. I'm trying out a Stoneforge Mystic control deck. We'll see how it goes. I'm up against Darkleebs. I have no idea what he's going to be playing, but this looks like a decent hand, so I'm going to keep it. It looks like some type of shops deck. So we are going to force that. If it was a thorn, I would think about maybe not, but I think we have to force that. Oh, sweet. That was a pretty excellent draw. Alright, so let's fetch out a basic plains, play our mana crypt, and play Stoneforge Mystic. Grab a Batterskull. Alright, I think we're in pretty good position here. So I don't think he's going to have a lot of ways to deal with the Batterskull. If he has a Revoker in his hand, he might be able to revoke my Stoneforge. Alright, so... Okay, Lodestone, that's not a huge deal right now. So let's Wasteland his Workshop. And then we'll pass the turn. Okay, he's got a Strip Mine, which kinda sucks, but we can deal. Alright, there goes our plains, which isn't too bad because we have two other cards in our hand. And we've got the Batterskull down. So I think we're in a pretty commanding position here. Null Rod. Actually, I don't think I care. What? Actually, don't think I care too much about that, so I'm just gonna not brainstorm and just let it resolve. Does make our mana crypt suck, but I can deal with that. And I'm probably not going to strip his City of Traders, just because I'd rather save it for like a workshop or something like that. So he's gonna jump with his Lodestone, which is okay. So Let's brainstorm. And this is a pretty decent brainstorm. I think I'm going to put back that and draw the mystical. That's the flip. I'm going to mystical for a nauseous revival. Actually, I should have attacked the stone floors there, but I think that's okay. Chalice at 0, that's fine. Let's see. Is my batter skull not in here for some reason? Alright, well, let's just grab force. And alright, looks like we took game 1. I don't know if I played optimally there, but I'll take it. I don't think he's playing a metalworker variant, so I think I'm going to take needle out, take balance out. The missteps are definitely coming out. Tutor is coming in. Should Terminus come out? I think it should. I think Plow's just better. And Serenity and Fluxes are 2 enlightened tutor targets. I think I might take out the Jaces since I'm on the draw and put in Disenchant. And I'm gonna pause for a second until we come back to game 2. Alright, we're back. I'm not a huge fan of this hand, even though it does have flux and a bunch of lands. I just don't know if it's quick enough, especially on the draw. Ugh, that's not very good either. If it had a land in it, it'd be a lot better. Alright, that's probably as good as we're gonna get, so we'll go with it. This is a sphere, we might be in trouble. Yeah, it's a thorn. Ugh. I wish I had an extra blue card in here, but let's draw land. Mana Crypt, that's not bad. So let's get a plane so that we can Enlighten Tutor next turn. And do that. So I think our main goal here is probably going to be to try to... Okay, never mind. Ugh. Yeah, it's not looking too good for this round. Or at least this game. I'm gonna keep at it for a little while longer, but I think we're pretty close to concession. Crucible. I think we don't want to let that resolve. Alright. That's somewhat decent at least. I think the main problem is between Null Rod and Chalice at 1. It's pretty grim. Although Stoneforge could be good right now. This Mana Crypt is gonna be an issue though. Alright, well, that's pretty good to draw. Unfortunately, I can't cast it because he has 2 thorns out. Let's see. I think we're just gonna pack it in. I can't think of anything that I can draw at this point that will save me. So... yeah, Null Rod is definitely a problem for this deck. I think we're gonna keep this configuration though. Yes. Alright, this is a pretty good hand, so we're gonna keep. This first turn plays a sphere, I'm thinking about letting it resolve and then just stripping his workshop. Although maybe not now. Chalice at 1. We are not going to let that resolve. Revoker. Alright. Stoneforge. So I think I'm just gonna waste his workshop right here. And then we can deal with the revoker in due time. Ugh. Alright, we're gonna have to let that resolve, unfortunately. I feel like I'd be in very good position if it wasn't for that crucible. Alright. So I think we are going to brainstorm. None of that's very good. I think the least good stuff though is the strip mine in the wasteland, so we're gonna get rid of it. That's an interesting one to tap. Alright. I think I'm an idiot because I forgot to make my land drop. But I think we're still in relatively good shape. Wasteland. Alright, that's fine. So, what do I want to grab? Serenity. So, That should hopefully slow him down a bit. Alright. Fortunately, he still has this factory, but not much I can do about that, unfortunately. Okay. Crucible. Honestly, wish I could have gone for energy flux, but I just didn't have the mana for it. It's an annoying card. Nauseous Survival. I will take that actually. So yeah, I'll play it at on this end step. Ugh. Alright. Well, so much for that plan. That being said, I can get Enlightened Tutor. I might Enlighten Tutor for a Pithing Needle to stop his factory, since he doesn't seem to have much offense beyond that. Anyways. Oh, I boarded out the Pithing Needle. What's the best thing to get here? Maybe it's got Null Rod out, so top sucks. Most of this stuff just sucks. I think I'll just go for Energy Flux, even though I can't really use it for a couple turns, at least. Ugh. I think we're gonna have to force this. which I think is probably just delaying the inevitable, but I can't let that resolve. And of course, we would have had it next turn. Alright. Playing my Tundra, even though it's just going to get wastelanded. And another one, so I'm dead next turn. And I'm being ported. That would have been nice to have 4 turns ago. Although there's a Crucible anyway. Alright, well, disappointing way to start things off, but I think I've been had. Alright, well, not the greatest way to start off, but I'll see you guys in round 2. Thanks for watching.